All right, got that down. And I remember I showed you my circulating saw, and I was going to cut this up. I don't know if I'm going to do that just yet. Before you start tearing things up, see, that's a nice Formica counter. Before you start tearing things up, think about whether or not you can recycle it, you can reuse it. And I think I can. Now this condo is really small. Obviously, I'm not going to do anything in here. This is the master bedroom, and look at this. Kaboom. There's an attic ladder that goes up into an area where there's a water heater up there. And I'll show you that in a while, in a little bit. And where the heating and air conditioning unit is. And there's a nice little platform area up there. And I could use that for storage. I could put this on one of the walls and use it for a counter. So because the garage is so small, if I want a little workbench, I can put that up there, couldn't I? And so I'm not going to cut any of that up, and that goes for this area too. I was going to rip these melamine shelves out of there. I tried to be as careful as I could when I pulled it up. I mean, you know when to use a sledgehammer and start beating things up and demoing, and know when to be careful of your walls, because I don't want to start denting the walls and then I've got to patch the walls, tape them, top them, skim them, texture them, try to patch in the texture to make it match the existing, and now all of a sudden, oh yeah, there's a patch, there's a patch, there's a patch, yeah, Joe did a good job, but he should have taken some time, and he should have been a little bit more careful when he was taking these shelves out. So, I scored the caulking there, I scored the caulking over there, and made sure that there were no brackets screwed from there up. Just take a look at your project and check it out a little bit. And the one thing I was going to show you, most of these screws are just regular drywall screws. Oh, maybe they're not. I'll have to take a look. I thought the side ones were regular drywall screws, but they're not. And I thought, okay, it's an Allen wrench thing, and it's not that either. Look at this. I don't know if you can see that. It's a square. I don't know why whoever did that put in the square ones. So then you have to have a bit. And I've got a bit, but I didn't bring all my tools here. But look, I've got these three out. And I'm going to show you how to get those out if you don't have that bit accessory with you. And see, I've got another bag, and I got some other tools, and I was just doing some different things. I didn't think I needed all my tools over here. I thought, okay, my drill's going to be fine, but I want to get these out, and I want to get it cleaned up and scraped off and all that kind of stuff. There's not that many. So what to do about that? Well, I'll show you here real quick. I've got one screw over here, and I'm just going to take my cat's paw, and I'm going to dig in just to be able to get the edge of that exposed. Now see, if I wanted, I could probably just rip those out, but then it could bulge out the sheetrock, and I don't want to do that. So I got some tiny vice grips here, and I'm just going to grab onto it with that, and voila, there's my screwdriver. Okay. Hey, anything you can do if you put your mind to it. Some people might have thought, oh, I don't have the square tip adapter. I've got to go to the store and buy one. I got to drive back home and get it. I can't finish my project today because I don't have the right tool, and I'll just come back tomorrow and finish this up. Nothing doing. I'm not going to do that. Okay, I got those out, and I thought these were regular, but I don't think they are. I think they're the square ones. These are the square ones. I've got one. Oh, that must be a Molly. They have a big screw on the outside edge right here, and I'll bet you it's a Molly. where it goes into the wall. Yeah, because see, it's just spinning. See, that's because the backside of the molly is on there. So if I just keep pressure on here, I'll pull it out. And see there, look at that. The backside had a little wing nut on there, and now that's dropped down inside the wall forevermore. That's okay, didn't need that. And there's another one. There's another one up underneath here. Right there. And if I do that, just keep pressure on it, that's going to pull it out. Even though the molly, see, the molly's still on there, and if the hole was bigger, if that hole was bigger, this would slop around. But they drilled the hole just right in the wood, so it's not. But if it's sliding back and forth, you just pull it out and then just keep pressure on it and keep unscrewing it. And then the little wing nut will fall in the back. See, this just has threads. You see there? There's just, let's get you over here. There's just machine threads on that. See? And the rest of the molly, or toggle, whatever you want to call it, is inside the wall. And, you know, could they have just put in regular sheetrock screws? It was probably a cabinet company, and lots of times cabinet companies, they like to put those square ones in there, and you can get those at the store. But I want to get this off, so I'm just going to take my nail puller. Just pull that out far enough. See, I'm right up against that wall, that back wall, which is coming out at an angle. And I might be able to just jerk this right off. Yeah, there. Okay, I could probably keep pulling that like a nail puller, but I've got this here. It's not going to take me but a minute. I kind of wanted to show you the types of things that if you do that while you're demoing, that's okay. Figure it out, take your time, and get something else in there, okay, and get it out, okay. And they got another one up there in the corner, and I don't know if it's even hitting wood. I'll have to, I just don't want to start ripping and tearing, because see, I'm the one who's got to patch the walls. Sometimes know when to pound on walls, sometimes know when not to. And see, I'm gonna get that off. And before I take my hammer on there, if I take my hammer right here and start trying to pry on it, and if it's hard in there, I could make a depression in the sheetrock. So you can stick that up there, and then get it in there and pry on that, you know? And then you don't have much damage to your wall. Always be careful of your walls, you know? Had I put my hammer in there, oh, I'll get it, even if it was a nail. Now all of a sudden, oops, there's a patch. And you see there's a big hole. There's a big enough hole there. Let's get you in there. That's where that toggle screw was, because they couldn't find the stud in here. They found a stud right there. That one was just going into the corner. They were trying to hit a stud, and it might have just barely hit. But the next stud was probably 16 inches out here. It was probably out here. So they took a molly. Yeah, I call it a molly bolt. It could be called a toggle bolt. And see, they had to make a hole that big, so when you fold back the butterfly ears, it's big enough to go in there, and then you push it in and go doink on the back side. Make sure both sides are out, and then you can pull this and keep pressure on it as you're screwing it in, and then you'll attach it to the wall that way. See? And so I'll have to patch that. I'll take caulking in there, and I'll put one coat. No matter what you do, if you use caulking on a hole like that, you can't just use one coat. But I'll clean up the edges and kind of push those in before I get ready for the caulking, and then I'll put caulking around the edges on the inside, and then fill up the middle, and try to be as careful as I can because I don't want to get too much over the spray texture, right? And then I'm going to leave it, and then tomorrow when I come back, as it dries, it's gonna depress. It's gonna dimple in. It does it every time. Okay, when you got holes like this. But I don't want to put spackle in there. I don't want to put drywall mud or anything like that. I'm just going to use caulking. I've got the caulking. It's fine. I'm going to be repainting this with 2 coats of a different color anyways, and I'll get it. So that's how I'll fix that. Okay, so I'm going to keep working on this. I'm going to be as careful as I can. I'll show you what this looks like when I'm done with the demo, and you'll see, hey, yeah, I guess you can take your time on it. See, I'll have to scrape off the caulking when I get all done, scrape that off, and be as careful as I can. If not, and if you don't score the caulking first and you start trying to take your whatever it is, your shelf off or whatever, then you have a tendency of the caulking ripping the top of your sheetrock, your finished sheetrock wall. That's a no-no. You don't want to do that. All right, back to work I go. Let's get this over with. Now, could I wait until tomorrow to take this shelf down? Yeah, I probably could. And then make sure I bring the right bits from the garage at the house. And then I could do something else. I always got plenty to do, but because I'm right in the middle of it, it's not really going to take me that long to get these attachment screws out of my way. And so I want to do it today. I want to get this all cleaned up, and I want to get ready to paint. That was my goal today. This is in my way, and I'm going to finish my goal one way or the other today, no matter what.